live stream. Not really sure how it's going to come out. We'll see as time goes on. Give us some time here to get everything set up. It's kind of a different thing we're trying today. We were going to try this a couple years ago, and of course the 2020 stuff and 2021 stuff kind of made this not possible, what we're trying right now. In case you're worried about shaky cam here, we're going to fix that in just a minute. If you're watching this on the replay, outstanding. Now it's going to get shaky here for just a moment, and that's because we're trying to set everything up. Once you have this thing in the stand or whatever you call it, it's kind of hard. Hey, DJI. I said DJI. I said DJI. Good to see you, my man. Long time no talk. You got that right. I actually mentioned you the other night, the last live stream I did, which I hadn't done one in a while. And I actually, I mentioned you in so many words. I didn't actually say DJI though. I was like, and I had one of those senior moments where I actually like lost your name in my head, if that makes any sense, because it's Nathan. But in the moment, I'd forgotten the name. Hey, Junior Foreman, good to see you, buddy. Now, what kind of a view are we getting, guys? What are we looking at here? How does that look? I'm not digging. There's this one thing that's kind of aggravating me here, so you're gonna have to give me a second to fix this. So I appreciate your patience, guys. We're gonna be here a while, so hit that like button, all that good stuff. We are definitely not up here alone. There's a lot of people up here today, and it's gonna be like that the rest of the summer. Again, thank you for your patience, guys. Just about done moving the camera around. There we go. I think that's better. And I can't tell. Well, it's pretty excellent, beautiful. Okay, good, good. Now, I don't know the exact inclination or declination of the sun today, like which I haven't shot an azimuth to determine the best angles and things like that. I wanted to make sure we got a place because, again, it's very crowded up here. So I'll be back in just a moment. We're going to keep running live here for a long time, but I've got to hook some other stuff up. And so bear with me. I'll be in and out. Make sure that as other people come in, if you guys are already here, I'm so glad you're here. Make sure that you keep informing other people as they come in. Like DJ, if you could help with that, it'd be great. If I'm not talking, it doesn't mean I'm not here. I'm just plugging stuff in. Where's the battery? The battery. I don't know where you guys are from, but back home we say battery. Bill, can you do more? I can't see all because I've got the phone clamped in. I can't see all the message, so bear with me until I plug in my laptop, which I'm hoping to piggyback a signal off my cell phone to the laptop so that I can actually monitor what you guys are saying. Makes it, oh, thank you again for your patience. Hey, be sure to share this, guys. Get some people watching if you can. I mean, if you're able, I'd greatly appreciate it. Because, man, I mean, this is, I know I didn't advertise it, though. Like, I've not talked about this. It was just something Carolyn and I wanted to do today. Are you plugged in, Carolyn, or are you just playing a game? Or I didn't know what, in other words, we're doing that on my laptop, aren't we? That's right. I don't have YouTube on my laptop. Okay, thank you. By the way, welcome again. I think this is going to work just fine. We are at Big Meadows, Shenandoah National Park, just off Skyline Drive. Skyline Drive, I've never understood this. I've said this in other videos that, like, you know, it's Shenandoah National Park, but the road is called Skyline Drive. So it's kind of, you know, it's kind of weird. Not weird. It's just a lot of, it makes it kind of confusing when you're trying to explain to somebody where you're at. The sounds of silence, I think. Junior Foreman. Junior, can you guys hear me okay? I can't tell if my battery is on or not. That's the problem here. I think it is. I'm just gonna hope it is. Like this, you know, charger. Okay, good, guys. Excellent. We got a good shot. Let me show you guys around a little bit without destroying our shot here. If you look all the way this way, there in the very far distance, you can barely see it. If I can get those messages down now. This is the one thing I don't like about using the phone, is I run into junk like this. But anyway, Massanutten and Harrisonburg is there to your extreme. I guess if you're watching the scene, it'd be on your screen, it'd be on the left. And of course here, that middle ridge line is the Massanutten ridge line. But beyond that, if you can make that out, beyond the Macedon ridgeline, which is the closest ridgeline to us, is West Virginia, essentially. It's Shenandoah Mountain in the very far back. It's a big, long, very long ridgeline that goes all the way up into almost northern Virginia. The forest road there is 285. I've made a lot of videos on that road. It's a wonderful, wonderful historic road. I'd like to have some more information. It's hard to find information about that road, and I've always wondered why that is. Like the history, the details about it. You can get generalizations, but getting details is kind of difficult. If anybody's watching this on the replay, I want to thank you for watching as well. I'm going to be talking periodically through the video. I'm going to go ahead and set my laptop. I've got the battery set up now. Now I'm going to set the laptop. This is something that back in 2019, before COVID, this is something Carol and I wanted to do more often, is just sets in scenic places in nature, set up and do live streams where we have a signal, like right here. So this is kind of cool. I guess it'd have been better if we had prepared a little bit as far as like having a stand for my laptop, because I'm trying to stand now. But I can see where I can make improvements on this. Carol and I are going to be going to the Blue Ridge Parkway and doing the whole parkway at one time. We've talked about this in a few of our videos recently. And try to find signal. Anywhere we can find solid signal, like this location here, we're going to make every attempt in the world to live stream during that, as well as make several videos along the Blue Ridge Parkway for this, doing the whole parkway, every view, every overlook at one time, but also include lots of live streams. So that's sounds fun. And again, I'm still here. I'm just getting everything plugged in. Got these memberships things now, guys. There's Billy. Good to see Billy. And I couldn't read all your message, Billy, because I'm using the phone, but I'm trying to get my laptop hooked up to where I can see the messages better on the laptop. And I keep, you're trying to get in your laptop and you keep punching in the wrong code. Anybody else do that but me? And I just keep typing away. I did it again.
Don't lock yourself out.
No, I don't think this one does that. You're kidding me.
Let me see it.
Here, I got it. Well, you can try to get it.
Give it over.
This is one of them times I've tried to enter in the password about 17 times, and I keep getting a little squiggly there on the Mac. This is one of the rare locations, though. One of the rare overlooks on Skyline Drive where they actually have signal. It's even worse on the Blue Ridge Parkway, so it's going to be a challenge for us to try to go live on the parkway. But
voila.
Did you get it, Boo? Excellent. So we finally have the right password here on my computer. So I just want to ask everybody that's watching again, thank you guys for stepping in with us. By the way, because Billy's in here now, I want to welcome Billy McDaniel in here. He and I are going to Kenya. We're going to Kenya on a mission trip this coming October. I'm going to tell you guys a lot more about it. It's a mission trip. We're going out there for a church. It's really exciting. I'll tell you guys a lot more about it in the days and weeks to come. It's just an unbelievable opportunity in ministry. So just wanted to share that with you guys. Bear with me for just a moment. Well, I shouldn't say bear with me. It's just I can't really respond to comments until I can. Yeah, it's asking me to join the iPhone.
Well,
that's good.
Is your hotspot on? Mine is. So.
I hope it is, because it says it's linked. So.
Okay.
So there's that. All right, now let's try to go to YouTube. I hope this is a good idea. Where is everything on YouTube? Or on Google here? It's absolutely beautiful. People come here from all over. Well, I got a dog video playing here. People come from all over the Northeast. And not just the Northeast, but rather like, Northern Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, New York, Massachusetts. A lot of people come here all summer long from the Northeast. This is their mountain getaway. You know, Smoky Mountains might be too far south, so they come here for their mountain fix, and it works extremely well. So you get a lot of people from New York. You see license plates every time we come up here in the summer. There are just hundreds of license plates from Maryland, New York, the DC area as well, and Massachusetts. So we've got a pretty decent signal up here. I'm kind of impressed with that. It's not bad. Okay, I see where we are. I mean, it's working. I mean, of course, there's a delay and things like that. Here we go. Now I can see what everybody's doing. DJS says, can we get some more top 5 or 10 videos on States or Smokies? That's not a bad idea at all. I think, especially for the Smokies coming up soon, and some other top 10 stuff. I'm glad the signal is going well, and I hope it's coming out in good, like 4K quality and all that kind of stuff. Junior Foreman says he loves it, and of course DJ's helping us. I appreciate your help, DJ. DJ saying the sound is clear. Oh, that's what Billy was saying. He's saying that they're in the cemetery in Culpeper. Nice view here as well. I think I know where that cemetery you're at in Culpeper is, if it's up on a hill. I'm almost positive I do, Carolyn, because we actually got a view from up there as well. Do you remember me turning in that cemetery and going to the top hill and that gorgeous view up there?
Where is that?
About outside our mountain here that we love, Old Rag. Remember you had to go down that country road, and it feels like it is in the middle of nowhere.
I vaguely remember that.
DJ says, not many people are connected to the tower you're on. I would say not. I mean, not where we're at. And I don't know which tower we're on here. That's the funniest part. In other words, I mean, like I said earlier, if you look to the far left of your screen, that's Massanutten. And behind Massanutten there, that would be Harrisonburg area, the Shenandoah Valley there. So I'm not exactly sure if it's, because there is a tower directly across from us. I know that because Carolyn and I actually made a video one day in that area. Massanutten has a large communication tower. So I'm wondering, or several towers, I'm not sure. I think one of them is a cell phone. I'm not sure. But there's also cell phone towers here on this ridge line. Hey, Jessica Harris. She says, that is Budamus. Beautiful. Yeah, DJ, I was talking about the top videos that gain a lot of attention. They do. Listen, top 10 videos are I call it our money makers. You know, that's how we're able to make videos. I just hate making them. You know, we made an Appalachian video, a top 10, a new top 10 video, Appalachian. God, I'll get it out here in a second. A new, can't talk much, Bill. A new top 10 video about the Appalachian Mountains. And it was, I mean, honestly though, it was kind of, it's a 30-minute video. It's a longer video, but it's almost a rebuttal to some of the comments on my first Appalachian Mountains video. But regardless, I mean, it came out of the gate swinging at 1,500 views or 14, 13, something like that. And it'll probably pick up a whole lot over the next year. You know, over the next year, it'll probably do very well. Top 10 videos do great. I just don't like making them. They're not my, obviously, it's just not a lot of fun. Jessica goes, embarrassing? Nah, I'm not that easily embarrassed. That is a good shot. Carolyn, have you seen that? That's a good shot. Like, if you look at what, I'm looking at what you guys are watching online, and it's not too shabby. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. It's good. It's really good. So I'm here. If you have any questions about Skyline Drive, Shenandoah National Park, we are here. That's where we're at. We're at Big Meadows. It's one of my favorite places on the park. Carolyn and I have a nice assortment of strawberries and pigs in a blanket, in case
grapes.
you... What's that?
And grapes.
And grapes. We also have grapes. Matter of fact, one could say that this video is sponsored by Pigs in a Blanket. And I'm scared you're going to hear me chewing, so I'm just like going to step away from the microphone. Hey, can you monitor comments?
That's what I'm doing, baby.
Oh, you are awesome. I have to be honest with everybody, this is actually working much better than I thought it would. I'm so glad you brought this, Carolyn. Oh my gosh, I was hungry.
I knew you would be.
That's a problem. I don't know how to be a diabetic yet. You're supposed to like eat, not just like not eat sugar, but you're supposed to basically not eating is just as bad as eating. Oh my gosh, Jessica says you can totally hear me eating. I think that's what she's saying.
Gotta love the sounds of nature and also eating grapes.
Well, that time it was pigs in a blanket. DJI said, what did DJI say?
I saw one of those tree towers in the Toledo area. Pretty convincing. And then DJI, it's flawless. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, I think it's great. You know, the DJI, I'll tell you something. One of the things that's interesting here is that, and you've heard me say this in our videos a lot, I've said it a lot on the live stream because I find it fascinating, is well, half the population of the U.S. lives within 500 miles of Richmond, Kentucky. Richmond's barely 2 hours from here, but the way a crow flies, an hour. So you've got a population density that is pretty high here. So there are not a lot of back roads where you're going to be completely by yourself in the state of Virginia. Not so across two of those ridge lines. I don't know how much definition you guys are getting because I'm looking at my cell phone now, but there's like 4 ridge lines in front of us there that I doubt the camera's picking up in detail, but the last several ridge lines, not the first one in front of us, but the last several, that's all West Virginia, or at least half of the first one is in West Virginia. And so over there, yeah, despite the fact that the population density is so high in this region, you can drive for hours on a back road and not see anybody. But over here, there's just a lot of people, whether you're going north into the DC area. Northern Virginia is a huge population center. And so you just got a lot of people. DJ can see 3 ridge lines. Junior Foreman also had a comment too, but I didn't get to see it.
DJ, he's talking to DJ. I
Oh,
saw
okay.
one of those tree towers. Oh, that was him. Oh.
Gotcha. All right. I
Okay,
may have
sorry.
attributed the other comment to the wrong person.
Yeah, I don't know. I have the sun shining in my face, so it's hard to see it.
I'm so glad it's showing that we have 5 here with us right now, and I'm so thankful that you're here. I think it's great that we're getting to spend this time together and just kind of hang out. And again, keep those questions coming. We love it. We don't do this much, and I'm kind of glad. Like, this was a spur of the moment thing. The camera's going to shake for just a minute. I wanted to show you guys, like, spend a little bit of time here going around, so it's going to shake for a minute. I can't remember the name of that hilltop right there. Of course, we're on a ridge line, but I can't remember the name. That has a name too. There's a group of people here to the far right of me, so I don't want to get too much of that. I don't want them to think that we're like spying on them or something, because that'd be weird.
Awkward.
Yeah, it's a very awkward moment. And then there's another part of me that doesn't want to move the camera around too much because we've done so well so far. Hey guys, be sure to hit your like button. Whoever just did that, I appreciate that. Hit the like button and make sure that you're subscribed while you're on here, because it's funny because like 80-something% of our viewers are not subscribed. I don't even understand that. It's crazy. So make sure you're subscribed. Hit the bell for notifications.
DJI said, how is the truck running? Mine is still in top shape.
Okay, the truck, well, you know, okay, to answer your question, you know, it seems like the transmission's okay now, but our air's out. Our air went out last summer, but we were able to band-aid it all summer with refrigerant, you know, where you just keep putting the refrigerant in it. But now there's a temperature gauge. The temperature gauge is running hot during we're not sure what's going on there, but hey, what are you gonna do? We'll figure it out. We will figure it out.
That's right.
It'll be fine. Carolyn's been on me all day about being negative, so I'm not allowed to be negative right now.
Nope.
I'll talk to you guys later, okay?
Get some counseling.
I'll tell you guys how big it is later. Now, actually, I told you guys that ridge line in the back is all Shenandoah Mountain. That's not actually true. I don't know if you can see Massanutten back there. It's not coming out well at all on my phone. It's like the last series of mountain. I can't see that you guys would be able to see that, so I'm just going to take it back to the sunset here. The Shenandoah Mountain actually begins behind Massanutten there, about, well, what is it, about 40 miles, I think. What DJI have on that one?
Sorry to hear. LOL. I was expecting a good, happy story, but life happened.
It's just, I mean, the truck, you know, here's the thing, DJ, and you know this as well as I do, is that we got that truck when it was 5 years old, which is perfect because, you know, as far as a vehicle that's 5 years old, you've got another 4 or 5 years on it before you're having to do anything major, and which was true. It was like right on the money. But Carol and I, you have to keep this in mind. Doing videos and all that kind of stuff, we put, I think, close to 100,000 miles on that truck.
Yep.
In 2 years.
Mode.
What's that?
And she's still beast mode.
And she's awesome. You know, I mean, we love our truck. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, it's just been a spectacular YouTube truck. It's just been wonderful. But it is, you know, what is it, 2014, I think, Carolyn?
I believe that's right.
Yeah, so I mean, if you think about it, it's time for these things to happen. So it's not like I've been done wrong by my truck. You know, it isn't anything like that. Okay, there's 5 people in here. That means that there are 3 people who have not hit the like button. Now, people, listen. It's real easy. You just hit the like button. Come on now. I like this shot right here. That angle. I don't know how clear the tree's coming out there. I just like this shot there, the way it's broken up a little bit with the tree in the distance. But again, I don't know how much of this that the camera is ever, especially this camera, is ever going to truly capture. I don't know what this button does. I'm scared to touch buttons, but I mean, I really am. Yeah, I'm like, that puts a filter on it, and I think I'm just going to be like, nah, it'll be all right. Do you guys like the tree in the shot or no? What do you think? It's like a total party up here at the top. Again, Big Meadows is a meadow, but behind, of course, you have to walk up a hill to get where we're at right now. It's not a bad hike or anything. It's real easy. What shot do you guys like better? Do you like this one over here better, or do you like the one with the tree in it? Talk to me, Goose, for those of you who saw Top Gun Maverick this past week. What's Harold have to say?
Cellular companies are putting up those big tree cell towers in bigger cities. Down in Florida, they look like palm trees.
And it said, I thought Junior Foreman had
said, I like the clouds.
He said, I like the clouds. So I'm assuming he's wanting me to go back and capture those clouds in there. But then Jessica's like, but the tree looks nice too. So we'll try to split the difference.
No, she said it looks really random.
Oh, yeah? Okay, well, we'll take the tree out. You're done. You're fired, tree. It didn't make the cut. Oh, wait, DJ said the tree. I don't know what to do. They're going to get seasick in a minute, so I better quit. I'll leave the tree in there like that. Like, you know, you're supposed to break the you know, your screen up into thirds, right? You know, but then I'm always like, okay, so what does that mean as far as like one of the panes of the thirds? If you cut the screen into thirds, so does that mean like does one pane remain empty while, I don't know, work it out amongst yourselves, let me know. The temperature right now is probably, I think the best I can tell is 64,
it's chilly.
63, which feels chilly, very warm in the valley. Harold Denton had a question.
Have you ever done sectional hiking on the AT in your area?
Oh, yeah. Is that Walter's question?
It said Harold.
Or Harold Denton. That's Harold Denton. Yes, Harold, I have done hiking all through the state of Virginia on the Appalachian Trail. You can't hike it there. You can take a blue blaze on the Skyline Drive, which technically isn't the exact Appalachian Trail because that's all white blazes. But all of the blue blazes kind of connect to the white blazes, if that makes any sense. So even if you do an excursion hike in Shenandoah National Park, you're kind of on the Appalachian Trail. But that being said, I've hiked a lot of white blaze only trails in Virginia. We've been here 4 years, and I've done this is the first year I've not hiked this year. This is the first time that's happened. All right, is there something else we got?
Okay, so DJI, in regards to the tree, said it doesn't matter if the tree looks out of place.
Does it?
Junior Foreman, he's referring, it's a glare, that's all it is, the sun glare, but he said, am I the only one seeing the little green dot near the bottom of the screen? It's just a sun glare.
Oh, it's a sun glare. Yeah, it is a sun
it's
glare. It is, it's real. It's real. By the way, if you're just joining us, thank you. I appreciate everybody hitting the like button for me. And if you would share this on Facebook, it would be really awesome. Get some more people, get some of your friends in talking to us. I can answer any questions about Shenandoah National Park. I'm not too bad at knowing this place. I got some experience.
You got some skill.
I got some skill. What was the next question on there?
Well, DJI was just telling Junior Foreman that it's the camera's lens reflection.
Yeah, it's just the camera's lens.
Harold said, I'm thinking about doing a sectional hike on the AT once I get off some weight.
Well, man, I'll tell you what, Harold, if you're coming up this way, you need to let us know so we can plan it, man. I mean, it'd be awesome. We'll get together and hike some of it. I've hiked Appalachian Trail down in North Carolina and, of course, in Tennessee. It doesn't run through a lot of Tennessee, the southeast part of Tennessee. There's a slither of it in Polk County, Tennessee. It reminds me of the Appalachian Trail in West Virginia. There's not a lot of Appalachian Trail in West Virginia, not as, you know, kind of zigzags in a couple of places. Here in Virginia, though, there's not, if you look at, like, if you pull up Google Earth and you look at the strip of mountains that you know, where Shenandoah National Park is. It's not that big. It's actually very small compared to like Smoky Mountain National Park or the mountains you're looking at in the distance. There's a lot more forest density in West Virginia than there is in Virginia, and a lot more mountains. The average elevation in West Virginia is 1,500 feet. So, I mean, everywhere you go in the state of Virginia, or excuse, in the state of West Virginia, is a mountain everywhere. And it's not necessarily like that. I think a lot of people, when they come to Skyline Drive or the Blue Ridge Parkway in Virginia, they're looking for those huge, robust, overlooks that look like you're out west somewhere. And they are very nice. Of course, the Blue Ridge Parkway in North Carolina offers something a lot differently. You feel like you're in the mountains. The elevation's a lot higher too. I guess when people ask me which I like better, I'm stuck. I mean, I guess I like North Carolina better, but it's funny because Virginia offers so much too. So I guess I just love it all. You know, it's the best way to, that's the way I've learned to deal with it. You know, I love it all.
Harold said, would be cool to meet you and some of your channel folks and go hiking one whole weekend or a week.
You know, I tell you what, it would be cool to get together. We've had 2 or 3 meet and greets. We've had 3 meet and greets.
Is it 3?
Yeah, because we started back at Lost Creek in one.
That.
We've done it. We did I say a video that, I mean, it's not as good as I thought it was then, because I was still learning to make videos and didn't know how to do some certain things or capture a certain feeling or whatever. Not saying that I do now, but I'm definitely better now than I was. But the solar eclipse that we had back in 2017.
Oh yeah, that was fantastic.
We had a huge get together for that. I mean, I don't remember how many people did we have. I don't remember. 35,
yeah,
40.
There was a lot of people.
That's minus my family. So we had a pretty big channel get together, and that we were doing that a lot then. And of course, you know, we moved and things like that. DJI, what is?
We could just come to your church to meet you and catch you off guard. LOL.
Hey, dude, you don't know. We would love that.
That wouldn't catch us off guard.
We would be thrilled by
awesome.
that. For those of you who are joining us now, I was talking earlier and about Billy McDaniel. He's a friend of the channel's. He goes to our church. He's a minister at our church, and he and I are going to Kenya in October. We're really excited about it. We're really excited. I mean, there's a great ministry already underway. I mean, a tremendous ministry already underway in Kenya. We're going to be a part of that, and so we'll tell you guys more about that as the time comes. And yes, I'll be making videos over there. Why wouldn't I? My goodness. So we are now international as of October. We're kind of international already. I've got a little video about Nicaragua, but there's no voice. It's just images from Nicaragua. Yeah. But I wasn't really making videos when we went to Nicaragua. I tried to just put something together, but
you weren't YouTubing yet, were you?
No. It's very different. And pardon me for just a moment, I'm going to have a strawberry.
Which one?
That looks wonderful.
Oh no.
Oh no.
What are you doing?
This is a beautiful spot. We hear voices and laughter all around us. We also bring our telescope up here. Now, we're also coming up here today for another reason. We're doing a reconnaissance for my mom. Mom's coming up, and she's picky. That's all I know to tell you. She's picky about her hotel rooms, but in the same way that my wife is picky, the same way I'm picky.
Yep.
We call it being a hotel snob, and
I'm okay with that.
It's a matter of what kind of peace can you get when you go stay at a hotel room or come on vacation, like at a place like Shenandoah National Park, and you know, what's the expectation and things like that. So we were going to recon the lodges up here because it's so cool up here in the summer. Mom runs from the heat. She hates the heat. So one of the reasons why I was kind of pitching coming up here, one of the reasons why I was pitching this up here is simply for the fact that it's so much cooler than it is in the valley. More so than, let's say, you know, any high elevation is going to be cooler. If you go down to Gatlinburg and stuff, when you get up in the mountains, it's a little cooler. But there's just a noticeable difference here in Shenandoah National Park than there is just in the valley. In the valley, of course, in Harrisonburg, it's cooler than Chattanooga. So it was kind of like a treat. I was like, hey, why don't you stay at one of the lodges up here? But they have no vacancy tonight. They're full, and they will be full probably all summer. And sadly, they didn't have a room to show me or a cabin to show me, and I just don't trust it, guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yeah. And yeah, what did somebody?
DJ, I've said this 100 too, but this is a beautiful view. And then Junior Foreman said, sounded like Mr. Bill there for a second.
Yeah, yeah. As far as mom and I am a hotel snob. I don't lie about it. I definitely am.
Me too.
What kind of image, Carolyn, are you seeing?
I think it's gorgeous.
I'm just the definition now.
Oh, well, it's a cell phone, honey. Can you see it?
Yeah. Folks, though, I'll tell you the sad part behind this is how much better it is with your eyes. Because having seen the computer screen and looking through it, to the back of the phone here, I'm just like, really? Is that all you're going to give? And this is a newer phone. Like, we bought this phone, last year?
Yes.
And, of course, we have the camera that Nathan got me a camera a couple years ago. Very thankful for that. The problem with that camera is it doesn't live stream for more than, I think 8 minutes at a time. And it doesn't shoot in 4K. What's that?
Yeah, it doesn't shoot in 4K. And those cameras, they have that delay, that time thing that turns them on. I think O'Brien was able to bypass the one on mine.
Yeah, O'Brien was able to bypass it on Carolyn's,
but it still doesn't shoot 4K.
But it's not shooting 4K. And if you're going to come to a place like this, you've got to shoot in 4K. But it's still a fun camera to use for different things. I can do a lot of I love to film a lot of things and then present them in slow motion or fast forward. And with the software that I still use iMovie, which is a shame. But it has to do with my computer. Like, I can't get. It's like a trap. I can't really get. What is it called?
Final Cut.
Final Cut.
Final Cut is the best one.
Because my computer really won't handle Final Cut. It's a Mac, but it's an older Mac. So I'm just kind of stuck there for a minute. So I haven't got a new camera. I could have got a new camera. I'm sitting here giving excuses. Do you hear me? Sounds awful. But it is a beautiful evening.
It's chilly.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like right now, I'm in shorts and a pullover, whatever you call it. But it's not a button-up, it's a pullover. And the funniest part about this is I'm not cold because I'm talking, I'm having a bite to eat here and there, but it's chilly. And I would say last night, I think the temperature got down to 53 degrees in Harrisonburg. Now, I might be wrong about that. I think I saw 53 degrees. So that means up here, it's 43. Do you follow? Well, guys, that's cold. I mean, for this time of year. Across those ridge lines in the distance over in West Virginia towards Spruce Knob. And I bet I could dial in Spruce Knob if it was a little bit clearer today, looking into West Virginia, it's typically this is what you see. It's kind of hazy. I haven't seen too many perfectly clear days up here looking into West Virginia. But if you're looking into West Virginia, and you're over in Spruce Knob area, which is about 3 hours from where I'm standing right now, because you have to go through Harrisonburg, over 33, into the highest point there, the Spruce Knob Seneca Rocks Recreation Area. When you're there, it can snow as late as July. I just hit the camera. Sorry, guys. It can snow as late as July, which I find fascinating. It's just crazy because you're not necessarily in the north, but you're on the western wall of the Allegheny Mountains. I think they call it the Allegheny Front. So all of the Arctic air, even in the summertime, all those systems when they move in, they slam into those mountains. And of course, we're in a shadow in Harrisonburg. I want another pigs in a blanket. These things are good. They have cream cheese in them, and I'm telling you, these are like award-winning pigs in a blanket. These are Martha Stewart pigs in a blanket. Jailbird Martha, love her heart. You know she went to jail, right?
Yes.
I can't believe they're gonna put poor Martha Stewart in jail. I mean, not again. I'm talking about the last when she went to jail. How you gonna put poor Martha Stewart in jail? But she did it. And for all things insider trading, which is just, I think that's what it was.
I don't remember.
So thankful you guys are stopped by. Make sure that, if I've said this already, forgive me, that you've hit the like button. And share this on Facebook, guys. Share it with your buddies. Tweet it. Let's get some more people in here. Help me out. Help me out. Let's get some people. Talk to them about sunsets in Shenandoah. And by the way, if you are local and you're watching in your, local or whatever, the best thing to do, one of the best things to do besides hiking and beautiful sunsets, which again, people come from all over just for the sunset. It's just a great place for stargazing and looking through. We bring our telescope up here. We're actually doing that with another family next Thursday night, or next Thursday evening. Jessica said, she's about Martha's.
Well, if she's a criminal.
I guess she was guilty. She was definitely guilty. Jailbird Martha. Making those prison cupcakes. Jailbird cupcakes. This is Jailbird Cupcakes by Martha Stewart. I bet you can make some jailbird cupcakes, though. I bet they'd be the best. You know what I'm saying? Like little criminal bars, little jail cell on the top of it. What did he say?
Snoop Dogg will keep Martha in line.
Word. The shizzle, my nizzle, or something like that. What would he say?
That's right.
Martha, my shizzle. I do really understand, though, why people come from all over. There are people that would literally leave New York City, because we met somebody like this, and they would leave like at 11 o'clock, take an early lunch or something, or leave early for the day, rather. And they'd get together with their spouse and drive down here to Skyline Drive. It takes about 5 or 6 hours from New York City to get down here, and find a place to pull over and watch the sunset and turn around and go back. And we met a lot of people that do that all the time. And that's awesome to me. I remember the first summer back in 2018 when we just moved here. We were coming up here a lot. It was peaceful, and we were empty nesting. We missed our kids something fierce, and so we would come up here to get away, and it was just full of bear. We saw bear like every single trip, and it wasn't just seeing bear, but it was also these gorgeous sunsets and thousands of deer, and just there's a buzz about the place in the summertime. It was a little too crowded for us then, and now after the past 2 years, I'm kind of glad to see the crowds back, if you want the truth. This place is getting very crowded up here on the hilltop. It's going to be, I'm sitting here trying to think, okay, are people going to come over here and talk to me?
No.
Like, I'm hoping not. No offense to, because I'm not, I guess I am antisocial. Carolyn just passed me a note, and she's like, because I just said, I'm kind of glad to see the crowds up here, but she said, like, I complained the whole way here
about the guy griping about the traffic.
About the traffic, because there are a lot more people up here. By the way, guys, over the next few minutes, you're going to see several people walk into the view. They're way down in front, so we just have to deal with that. It's kind of a live and let live, people. Yeah, from the right and the left, if they keep going forward, they're going to cross which that's okay. It just shows the activity of the mountain.
Yeah.
This is something we've never done before, and I've wanted to do, so I'm kind of glad we're doing it. I'm having a great time. It's very relaxing. I think Carolyn wishes she had an electric blanket right now.
Yes.
Of course, I mean, she's got a sweater on, a sweatshirt. Jessica says, antisocial? No, not you. Oh, ouch, Jessica, ouch.
Right?
It's not the lies that'll get you. It's the truth.
Ain't that the truth?
There is a deer behind me about 150 yards. He's running now. I don't know what he was doing. This deer, there's a tent way behind us, and I guess you can park anywhere, or you can park. I guess you can camp anywhere. You can put a tent up anywhere out through here, and I don't know why you would want to, though. People walking through your campsite all the time. I wouldn't like that.
Me either.
But there was a deer, I think, right by the tent. When they moved the tent, I just saw the deer take off. Last year, it was last year, right?
What are we talking about?
There was a Sahara wind. It happens every year.
That was 2 years
Was that 2 years ago?
It was 2 years.
I guess it was 2 years ago. There was the Sahara winds that gave us a really unique sunset color. We saw a little bit of it, but it wasn't as, I've got to say this, and I'm not trying to be ugly to people, but I think there's a little bit of sensationalism when it comes to like stargazing. Like they'll say, oh, okay, this is a certain such and such moon that does this. but it's really not that big of a deal, and there's nothing really to see. And that's kind of like the Sahara wind. It happens every year. There was just a little more in the atmosphere a couple of years ago, but I wasn't too impressed. I'm just gonna be honest. I was like, yeah, it's okay. Of course, then again, maybe it's because we've gotten to a point in society where nothing impresses us anymore. I don't know. Maybe so. What do you guys think? You know, I have met people that they will watch, because we've put up sunset videos before with heavy editing and blah, blah, blah. We've done that before, and I'll probably repost this same video, but take it off the live stream to where it actually, I forget what it's called. What do you call it?
I don't know.
Anyway, you're just reposting it essentially, but not as a live stream, but as a regular video. So I have to download it, then re-upload it. I think that's how that works. But the problem with that is that when you download it, it's at 720 and not at whatever. I think it's at 4K right now or close to it. And that's kind of aggravating, I'm not going to lie. But anyway, people do come back and watch those sunset videos. A lot of times they'll do it in fast forward. They'll put it in a higher speed. I don't know if any of you guys have ever done that, but I watch a lot of videos in high speed. I don't know if you guys ever watched the two guys in the jungle that make these fortresses and swimming pools with their hands and mud and sticks. Does anybody else watch the people I'm talking about? It's insane. If you can pitch a tent, it would be okay to sleep on sun. Yes, it would be if. Now here's the weird part. That's a very interesting point. This isn't a place for sunrises. I know that you're thinking, because you're probably thinking the way I thought, that since sunsets are good here, sunrises would be great.
I don't have many overlooks that direction.
But you don't have a lot of overlooks facing that direction. And the one that you do, they get fogged out in the mornings. So it's almost like Skyline Drive, Shenandoah National Park is all about the sunsets. And the sunrises are all in North Carolina. I know that sounds insane. At least that's our take on it. If somebody else has another take on it, I'd love to hear your opinion. But that seems to be, Junior, what it's like. I mean, it's just kind of strange that way. Were you going to say something, baby? I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, okay.
Jessica said, LOL, what are the people in the background freaking out about? Don't know. I think they were just...
I have no idea.
There's a whole group of them.
We've never seen a bear at Big Meadows. There's plenty of plenty of bear sign here. But we've never seen one. But again, it's one of the more crowded places. You guys have heard me talk about the hot dog stand, you know, like at Magic Kingdom. The hot dog stand is the castle. At Epcot Center, it's the big ball. It's a Walt Disney concept of, you know, a gathering place. Big Meadows is sort of the gathering place. There's several of them along the parkway, or excuse me, along the Skyline. But Big Meadows is like one of the main hot dog stands, you know. There's a lodge here. Hot dogs, hamburgers, things like that to eat. There's a gift shop that's only open a few months out of the year. I don't know how they get by with that.
And they're not friendly.
No, they're not friendly. That's something odd, but I think it has a lot more to do with our local culture, more so than it has to do with the national park system. It's just there is a matter of fact kind of attitude in this area when it comes to the national park. Just they're just factual with you. You know what I mean? Just kind of cold.
Is that what that is?
Well, yeah, I guess that's how I would call it. I'm a customer service guy, so when I mean that's. I'm not in customer. I guess now as a pastor, customer service. That, you know, yeah, sure, you could say it's still there, but I just appreciate good customer service. And you know, when you're a guest at the park, you know, you're still a customer of you're a customer of the National Park Service. So it's odd to me. But then again, I'm from a different part of the country, so maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. We were treated extremely well. I remember at Grand Canyon National Park, we were treated so well by everyone.
It was so wonderful out there.
Whereas Rocky Mountain National Park, it was kind of like here. It was very, as a matter of fact, you know.
Remember, we didn't talk to a bunch of people out there, did we?
Yeah, I mean, I did. I talked to a lot of park rangers, and I talked to a lot of...
Oh, I stayed in the car because it was so stinking cold. That's right.
It
was so cold.
We were in Arizona the first week of May under tragic circumstances. You guys have heard me talk about that before. But it was, we were, you know, you land in Phoenix and it's like 105. And we had to first go to Tucson and it was 107, probably 108. It was awful. We went to Coronado National park. I think it's National Park or National Forest. I can't remember, but it's gorgeous. And we didn't know it was a one-way thing. I don't know how we missed it, but like you drive forever straight up a mountain. And those are real mountains, man. I don't remember how high that one was, but we started out at 105 degrees in Tucson. By the time we got up the mountain, I think it was like 70 or 65. We ended up, we had to drive around aimlessly for a couple of days. I ended up landing us until we waited for something else to happen at Grand Canyon National Park, and it was freezing. It was it snowed.
The rental car, all of a sudden we had warnings. Ice possible, drive with care, and it was like, what?
Yeah, ice possible, drive with care, and it snowed.
I
It poured the
packed all
snow.
warm clothes because I looked at the weather in Arizona, in Phoenix, and it was supposed to be super hot. So by the time we got to Grand Canyon, we were freezing.
I had to buy winter clothes. I know that. We had to buy winter clothes, and I mean, the whole thing, it wasn't a vacation. Matter of fact, I was short of video. I've told the story before, so please forgive me if you've heard it before. But actually, I've told it a few times. It was one of the most tragic moments of our marriage, of Carolyn's life, for that matter, in my life. As far as Carolyn had lost her mother, and she lived in Arizona at the time, and we were trying to get the details of what had happened. It was just a very tragic moment. But again, the people of Arizona treated us at the national park. I mean, I didn't know what else to do. We were waiting on some things to find out some information, and we had like 3 days. I forget, with nothing to do. And when we got back, of course, I videoed, but I was barely making videos then. But I videoed out of boredom. And, you know, Carolyn spent most of that time crying, you know, most of that time miserable, obviously. And so I didn't really know what to do with all this footage because it wasn't a happy time. It didn't represent happy memories. I hope that, you know what I'm saying. So I made the Arizona Top 10 video. And I've told that story before. I think I've told it a few times. And that video, I mean, it did go viral, but I think it's got 600,000, 500,000 views or something like that. Like, it's one of our best, if not our best video. It's not my favorite video by any stretch of the imagination. I don't even think it's a good top 10 video, not even my best top 10 video. But it's the first one that we had that got us partnered, made us money, and things like that. So we're thankful that even on the backside of it, God kind of blessed us in that moment, because it made a pretty penny. It actually did very well that fall, the following fall. They're singing happy birthday. We are at about 3,000 feet of elevation, maybe 3,500. I don't know for sure. I'll just be honest with you. I don't know. But it's above 3. I'm almost positive. I better not guarantee that, because I think Big Meadows dips down. I don't remember. I'll just leave it at that. I don't remember.
You do all that stuff.
Way in the back where the sun is, you see that those ridge lines way in the back. There's a pointy mountain. If you see it, let me know. It's like a little pointy mountain way back there.
I think you can kind of make it out on
Might be difficult to see. That is most definitely West Virginia. And if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. I want to say that now. If I'm not mistaken, that would be the highest plateau in the state of West Virginia. Well, that's the highest plateau east of the Mississippi. It's over by Dolly Sods, and I'm almost positive that's what we're looking at right now. What has Jessica got there?
What's the elevation of where you are now compared to down here in Harrisonburg?
I mean, it depends on where you're at in Harrisonburg. By the way, Jessica, that's a great question. It depends on where you're at in Harrisonburg. Harrisonburg, where we live, sits at 1,000 or close to 1,000 feet. It's not too shabby. There at the college, I think or the university, I think it's, you know, I think you're just about at sea level, maybe a little above. I'd have to look into that, though, because I don't remember the exact elevation of Harrisonburg. I think that's worth a Google, though, if you got time. Yeah, that small mountain in the distance, if you can see it, it's right under the sun, or it looks like it's right under the sun. Obviously, it's not. But that small mountain, I'm pretty positive that is the highest plateau east of the Mississippi. It's I can't remember the actual name of the plateau right now, but it's at Dolly Sods, and you guys know we've made like 3 or 4 videos on Dolly Sods. And now everybody's coming out to visit us. Carolyn and I are surrounded by people taking pictures, which is fine. That's what this place is all about. There's actually deer and you won't be able to see it right now because it's shadowed and it's too far to the left of the screen. There's a deer that has come. I mean, it's just less than 100 yards from us. It's probably 50, no, about 100 yards. But it's walking up the hill towards us, but it's off screen. Hey, can you guys hear the people laughing beside us? I'm just curious. Another thing I love about coming to the National Forest, or excuse me, National Park, especially Shenandoah National Park, is a lot of the people that come to this location. Well, it's a little different than the Smokies. You get a lot of local traffic in the Smoky Mountains, a lot of local traffic. So you almost always feel like you're connected somewhere, someplace, you know, and it makes it different here because there's so many people that, well, they're not from here. They're not from the region. Well, and here's the thing, Jessica and Harold both, I appreciate you responding. Here's the thing, they're having a great time, and that's one of the reasons why I love it up here, the atmosphere. Because when they get up here, you know, the air's a little thinner, a little cooler, and they just have a great
I see
time.
the deer you're talking about.
You see the deer now?
Yeah.
Carolyn's got her eye on the deer. Again, I've never seen a bear up here. It's weird.
No, not here in Big Meadows.
There's another deer, I think, Carolyn, to the far left of you, under that tree. Yeah, that's a deer. There's 2 deer.
Under which tree?
It's right across the field. You might have to stand up to see them if you're interested in standing up.
I ain't standing right now. I'm comfortable.
Up here at the top of this knoll, here, what makes it so fun, another thing that makes it fun, I should say, the deer will walk right up to you. You're not supposed to feed them, but they will. You see it? The deer. There's just a lot of fun, a lot of celebration, and people enjoy themselves. So glad you guys have stopped by, man. That's great, and we're not going anywhere anytime soon. We're gonna let the sun set here. Sun's doing a good job too. I think it's done this once or twice. I think it's posed for the cameras a few times before. The sun is right on time. But I'm glad you guys are here. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Hey guys, share this on Facebook, man. Have some people come and join us. Enjoy sunset with us. Talk.
Jessica said my dad almost hit a bear in the mountains on our way home from JMU once.
Oh wow. Man, that would total your car. I know that we did.
When we were commuting still, before we made the final
Yeah.
move to Harrisonburg, we saw a large, monstrous beast of a bear
Yeah.
cross Interstate 81. I was like, oh my gosh.
The 2 biggest bear I think we've seen were on interstates. Well, one was on the interstate, one was on the way down from Skyline Drive.
Yep,
Yeah.
yeah.
That thing was huge. That thing
Yeah.
was 400 pounds, man. I don't know how big it was. It looked like a car. And the one we saw at 81, that was down near Roanoke too. That
Yeah, it
wasn't even
was.
this far north.
Yeah,
That
it
was in
was.
Roanoke. We were shocked. In 2018, when we got here, when we finally moved here, we commuted back and forth from Chattanooga to Harrisonburg for 6 months. The kids had to graduate and things like that. So the commute was awful. I mean, it was just unbearable hard. But when we got settled in and we started driving up here a lot, we really enjoyed bear chasing up here. It's just a great place. We were shocked that we saw more bear here than we did even in Cades Cove in Tennessee, which is like, that's bear mecca. You know what I mean? That's, everybody knows about the bear in Cades Cove. But I think I was shocked about how many bear there are, you know, up here in these mountains.
There's some more deer right there. Do you see them?
Yeah, I think I'm talking too loud or something, because
Well, that one ran. Oh, look, they're running.
they're running from something, and I'm not sure because there's like,
No, there's another one still
yeah.
over there.
There's at least 100 people up here right now, as far as around us and through the bushes and everywhere, that you can hear them. So I don't know what would spook the deer just suddenly like that. That's crazy. There's another deer under that tree still.
Under what tree? There's one out here too.
At this high elevation, that's what I was going to say while I go with the elevation that we're at. My ears keep popping, so I keep sniffing my nose, so I apologize for that in the camera. Well, the sun has done an amazing job. It's not there yet.
Oh, there's another one. Do you
Yeah.
see him?
There's about, well, there's another one to, oh, that's the one you're talking
Yeah.
about. So that's 3.
Seen 5 or 6.
I was
I
yeah,
think-
counting the 3 over
The
there.
one that ran.
Yeah, or 7.
Is it 7? Oh, there's a third one back there. Do you see it walking this way?
Yeah. So just sitting here in the past 10 minutes, we've had 7 deer. We'll call that 7.
I think it's
It
7.
may be more, but we don't want to embellish. So we'll say with 7 that are within 50 yards, 100 yards from us. I wish they would get in the shot of the camera. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would be.
And I don't want to turn we've done so well. I don't want to mess up.
No, don't.
I don't want to mess anything up. So yeah, we got church tomorrow morning.
Does this trail keep going that way?
Yeah, goes all the way
Can
in.
you go try to film them?
What's that? Nah, because they're
No, try it with my.
no, you can, but that'll. I always get worried when Carolyn like goes out on a little mini adventure.
Seriously.
I do, because it's like
What
there's
am I, a
bear up here.
child? Oh, there's bear.
There's bear up here.
I'll just go pet them.
You'll go. I know you'd probably wear him out.
We'll adopt them and take them home.
Carolyn and I've always wanted to raise a bear cub, like somehow, but it not grow to be a big bear. It just stays a bear cub. I think these people are laughing at me. Those colors are amazing. I hope you guys are getting that at home. The colors here are just phenomenal. I'm almost glad that we went to this shot and moved it over that way. And the reason why is just to get all the colors in there to the left of your screen. I like that a lot. I thought about adding a filter, not another filter, but adding a filter as it got darker. But I'm going to leave it the way it is. I think that's the best bet, don't you guys? And bringing the laptop, that was a good idea, because she's able to keep me. I can't see the comments or all of the comment when I'm running the phone like this. So the only way to communicate and make this worthwhile is to bring the laptop, which was a good idea. I'm glad I did that. And I want to do this. This is the kind of stuff we'd like to do more often, is do live streams in these situations. Yeah, see, Junior, you're picking up on it too. It's just the different shades and things like that. It's just gorgeous. It's not as good, and I have to say this. I think everybody says this. The camera doesn't do it justice. We know that. But that's not what we're trying to do, right? It's just trying to share a piece of this moment at this time while you might be doing something else and be relaxing. But hey, I was going to say this a minute ago. We've got church tomorrow, so check us out, Bill Marion Life, on our Facebook page. Hey, remember, I'm just an old-fashioned preacher. We have a wonderful church community. Love to see you guys there tomorrow. We start, the live stream doesn't start exactly, right? So make sure you check out our Facebook page if you haven't, Bill Marion Life. We live stream there. You can also go to Ray of Hope Harrisonburg to check out our live stream. But Bill Marion Life would be the easiest place for a lot of you guys, because you already subscribe to our Facebook page or follow, whatever you do with Facebook. What do you do with Facebook? You follow it? Something like that. Jessica says, "Yay, church!" We got a great church family. I think we got one of the best church families in the region, and just a phenomenal church. And so we'd love to, again, I'm just an old-fashioned preacher, and, just preach the Bible. We'd love to have you guys join us, though. It is chilly, to say the least. I ought to turn the camera and start filming my wife, because she's right to the left of the screen, but she will kill me if I do that. I'm filming you now. Okay, she's not saying anything, so I might get in trouble. DJ, do you have live? Oh, goodness, I got to grab my computer because she is filming deer. So hold on. That's actually not a bad shot at all that I'm looking at here. Okay, so let's see. Do you live stream the service? Yeah, I sure do, DJ. It's, again, Bill Marion Life. At 10:30 is when we start, so you got to check back and forth, because we don't start the live stream necessarily right at 10:30, but it starts out with our praise team singing. And so, yeah. I need a digital recorder to put with this phone. I think that'd be help a lot with mic issues and things like that. I should have done that a long time ago. During Vlogmas and stuff, our live streams are about an hour. Sometimes they would go over an hour and a half. I live streamed the other night, and it was only like 39 minutes. It was short, one of our shorter live streams. But what I love about this, we've been out here an hour. The signal's been okay from what I can tell. And it's just been a great time. And we'd love to do more of this kind of stuff. Finding a signal in a place like this is hard, but they make this thing that I saw on one channel. This guy was in the middle of a wilderness, and he was live streaming, because of this certain thing, Jessica does do our camera work during the service when she's not working with our kids. Says if the camera is shaky during the church live stream, I apologize in advance. She does a good job, though. All of our students do an amazing job. They're phenomenal. Best group of college students that you could imagine attend Ray of Hope, and it's just going to get better in the years to come. Yeah, I'm looking at the shot you guys are looking at, and I'm like, holy cow, that's actually not bad at all. It's better than what I see in the back of my camera right now, so that's pretty good. That's not too bad. I'll tell you what, one of the things, though, that would be, I guess, a little better, and I'm always thinking that way, is maybe, well, it'd be better and worse, is a little bit more action in the scene. As far as there's no wind blowing, which is good for filming, right? Or videoing. But at the same time, it's sort of a stale, stagnant picture, you know.
Oh my gosh, this one has a bomb that still has its spots on it.
Carolyn's got a deer in her lens that it's a fawn that still has the spots on it. What's that?
The mama keeps nudging her to walk. I can't get it.
I bet you she's just gotten up. In other words, that fawn has just gotten up. That's why she keeps nudging her. Or him, or whatever. So yeah, we are surrounded with people and deer right now. I would try to turn the camera around, but the quality will not be as good. Now, I'm making a video about this video, if that makes any sense, that I'll release on Tuesday, and we'll talk more about that. I'll talk more about that on Tuesday, and we'll probably include some of Carolyn's images that she's getting right now. You guys can see there's people there in front. And they're going to check out the deer too, I'm assuming. And then there are people to my right who are doing something too. Another thing I noticed last time that we tried to do a sunset up here on Skyline Drive and try to live stream it, moving the camera around actually hurt the signal. It messed up the signal really bad. Hey guys. How you doing? Yeah, Junior, we actually had we actually have eagles and hawks up here. We saw an eagle last summer. I didn't get my camera out in time. Lots of hawks, a whole lot of, and owls. My goodness, they have a snow something owl up here that's just phenomenal. Carolyn, I'd never seen that type of owl before. It's huge too, just a gigantic bird. You know, I really wish I could get the deer that she's filming right now, but I realize with the light, it just wouldn't be possible, but I see what she's going for. It's gorgeous. A little fawn with spots on it, but you guys will see it this coming week in a video.
I don't know. I can't get it yet.
What's that, baby?
They may not see it. I can't get it on film yet.
Ah. She's having a hard time getting it on film. Try to walk over there towards it because they're pretty tame. Now that looks like a postcard. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. Try to go to the left just a little bit. Bear with me. Oh, it's better if I stay right there in. Go there just a little bit. This has been a lot of fun, and I'm so looking forward to other opportunities this summer. It's going to be great to get together with you guys and live stream these moments as much as we can. I mean, our schedule, especially coming out of 2021, has quadrupled. I mean, it is just, we are going 99 miles per hour all the time now. So it makes it a little hard, but we're doing all right with getting some videos out. Junior Foreman says he's seen more eagles this year in southeastern Ohio than ever before. Quite the beautiful bird. Oh my goodness, yeah. It's just awesome. Isn't it neat those years that there seems to be like a gigantic increase in a certain thing that you enjoy seeing? That was 2018. That's what it was like for us with the bear. You know, had never seen so many bear before ever. But yeah, I before we left Tennessee, I saw a couple of bald eagles down in that way too, which is nuts. You know, you just didn't used to. When I was a kid, you never saw a bald eagle. You had to be like at a national park, like the Grand Canyon or something. I don't know. But these days, they've made a remarkable comeback, and hawks have too, for that matter. I don't know how to get rid of that little light down there. I don't know how to get rid of that either. So glad you guys have stopped by. It's wonderful. We've had a really good time doing this. Make sure, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the like button. And make sure you're subscribed too and that you've clicked the bell for notifications. My goodness, that is so important to the channel. And leaving a comment. Golly, if you leave a comment, we would really, really appreciate it. I think next time too, it'd probably be better to kind of show our surroundings though before we started filming. That way everybody gets a feel for what's behind us and what's around us and things like that. I need to do that next time. It'd be a lot better. Well, guys, the picture is beginning to deteriorate as the sun has gone down. It's still setting, I guess. You still got some light over there. It's still beautiful. Are you guys still seeing a good picture and everything? I've got two screens, you know, I'm looking at the back of the phone, but I'm also looking at the laptop to see, you know, how the picture looks, and it still looks pretty good, actually. It doesn't look too bad. I think you guys are a minute or so behind me, maybe. The chat isn't, but the visual, or excuse me, it's like the screen might be a minute behind. I can't tell. Just based on where I see the sun on my computer, but then again, my computer may have lost. No, my computer still got signal because I'm still getting chat messages. I think my wife is going to move in with this deer over here. I'm telling you. She is studying this fawn. Again, it's very beautiful though. I bet that this fawn has just gotten up, and you guys know what I mean. In other words, probably not a day or two old or a week old at the most. It's not walking real well. You know, it's learning to walk and things like that. Thanks, Jessica. Yeah, I would just about put money on it that the mountain in the distance, there's a peak to the left of the mountain. I'm talking about the farthest distance there. As far as you can see on the camera. And I'm pretty sure that is the highest plateau in West Virginia. Or excuse me, highest plateau east of the Mississippi. And obviously the highest plateau in West Virginia. And if I'm not mistaken, the ridgeline beside it, that's Dolly Sods. Someone corrected me. They weren't a normal subscriber, but they were correcting me saying I was over there. I was at Dolly Sods, and I was talking about the mountains, and the person was like, those aren't mountains, those are plateaus. And I'm like, really? Like, they're called mountains on the map. I've realized they're plateaus. And they're right. I mean, a lot of the mountains in West Virginia are plateaus, but they go by mountain names, you know? Mount such and such, this and that. A knob, when you hear somebody say spruce knob or pine knob on a mountaintop, you're referring to the highest point on that ridge line. That was confusing to me because you had like Cheetah Mountain Range, and then you would have several, you know, high points along the mountain range. And I was like, okay, are we on Cheat Mountain or are we on such and such knob or this and that? And the knobs are the highest points on the ridge line. So there's your two bits of information today that, well, it might help you win Jeopardy sometime. Absolutely beautiful, man. When you go to check a sunset out, make sure that you check out the declination of the sun so that you get a good spot. So you want to know the direction the sun is setting. Sun doesn't set exactly in the west. It doesn't rise exactly in the east. So you want to know, you want to have a compass with you on your phone or something and know the degrees of the declination. Like when the sun is at this moment, where is it at? So that you don't do it. Carol and I have done before where you pick a great spot, it looks awesome, and then realize that the sun is setting like 50 degrees away behind a hill somewhere else or behind some trees and you don't have a good spot. So it's just something to keep in mind on your adventures. Knowing the declination of the sun, where is it? How is it setting? You know, what degrees is it setting at? Same thing for the sunrise for that matter. Know where it's coming up, how it's coming up, and all that. I know when we're kids, we're taught sunrise is in the east, sets in the west, but it's not exact. All right, guys. Well, I'm spinning trying to see which side to look at. I'm spinning the camera around for just a few moments here. I'll pop it back right before we go. I want to thank you so much for watching this video, watching this live stream. I've had a great time. This has been so relaxing. We've been on here for like 71 minutes, which is rare, I mean, for a live stream. So we've had a great time. We're going to do this again. This is where we've been. I'll try to get some stuff here. If you can see, there's people over there. Okay. And then if I turn the camera this way, there's Carolyn. Hello.
No.
She hates it when I do
Yes,
that.
I do.
But so this is what it looks like up here. And there's actually more people than it actually seems like. I'm gonna turn it back around.
There's a ton of people up here.
There's a ton of people. Like, this is one of the more crowded times. But again, I think it's the weather. It's just a beautiful night to be out here. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and bid you adieu. And the reason why is because
That's a pretty shot.
it is a beautiful shot. But Jessica says, "Hi, Carolyn."
Hello, princess.
I can actually hear her say that. "Hi, Carolyn." I can hear her say it. But I want to thank everybody who has been a part of this live stream. And if you're watching it on the, the rewind or whatever you call it. Hey, Big Frog. Big Frog comes in right when I'm closing. Big Frog comes in like right when I'm shutting things down. But hey, it's good to see you nonetheless. I'm glad you're here. Glad you stopped by. But for anybody watching this on the replay, man, I'm so thankful that you're watching it. For everybody, make sure you're subscribed, that you've hit the bell for notifications, that you hit the like button. My name is Bill Marion. I'm so grateful that you've stayed with us and watched this. You guys have a fantastic evening. And don't forget to watch some sunrises and sunsets this summer.